Hello everyone and welcome to another daily tarot reading. So we are going to do all signs as as before. I was going to say as always, but I've only just started doing them. We have got also your reading for the 7th that is online already, and this reading is for the 8th of February. So hello everyone there. Hello there Nigel. Hello there Charlie Bear. Hello there, Rogue Remedies. Thank you for becoming a member as well. I'm going to do some questions right at the end as well. But Rogue Remedies, if you've got a quick question that you'd like me to do, I can do that now for you because you are a member. Before we get started, but we're going to get started in a minute. But thank you, Charlie Bear. Yeah, I'm doing a lot better actually. I'm starting to get to a point where I'm able to do everything I want to do again, if that makes sense. So I'm coming back to full force. I'm just trying to get a little bit of a plan at the moment of what kind of readings I want to do, but I definitely want to do these daily readings, I think, because I really enjoyed doing the daily readings before, and I enjoyed doing like live streams as well, so it kind of gives me a way to do a regular live stream, and doing it late at night like this means that it shouldn't really interrupt with a lot of the things I'm doing, like when I'm going to church and stuff like that. Thank you for the super chat, Charlie Bear. So you asked today, what are the gifts / blessings coming in for me and my family? I'm going to say over the next couple of months, just give a time period. So what kind of gifts and blessings are coming in for you and your family? So we've got the reverse of the 3 of Wands. Here, I do feel like this is more of you taking action rather than waiting. This is almost like blessings coming about because you're taking action, you're rushing forward, you're heading forward. And I feel like this is almost like, I don't want to say recuperating from a loss, because, and I do feel like it's literally financial. Because it's not really it's not like you're desperately trying to make up for it. It's almost like you're getting this blessing as a way to recuperate some losses, or some, I don't even want to say like literally losses. It's almost like money that has been owed to you that hasn't come to you yet. And because of that, although it isn't technically a loss, it's like the universe is trying to balance out the scales a little bit here by helping you along with it. This is definitely helping you to kind of let go some obligations, let go some stresses, and allowing you to kind of just be able to breathe more freely. So this is almost like saying, okay, because of your hard work, because of your actions, and I do feel like this is more like in the workplace, you're getting like some sort of lump sum. I don't feel like it's a repetitive payment. I feel like this is more like a one-off, like extra hours, extra time, or just literally like a bonus. I do feel getting drawn more towards like extra time, but they're like giving you as a bit of a bonus because of your hard work, because of how hard you've been working. They're like, it's not just a, we desperately need somebody to cover this. It's more of a, well, we kind of need somebody to cover this, and we've got a choice of few people, and we're going to choose you because you are the best person for the job, if that makes sense. So this is definitely something you've manifested in, you've created in. I don't feel like there's going to be communication about this straight away, at least not until like after next month, or after the end of this month, so like towards next month. I almost wanted to say not until the end of next month, and then I kind of skip back to like the end of, like during next month, so it might be on the verge of like the end of next month / like towards the end of it / like literally after the end of it, so it might be on that borderline period. Timing's always a bit iffy. There is somebody that's going to be a bit deceptive in the workplace because of this. I almost want to say they'll have a bit of a forked tongue. The reason why I say that is like the card just went like that, and I don't know if you could see it on this, but you've got the sword here, and then because there's 2 swords up here, it's like it's forked. It's almost like somebody having a bit of a forked tongue. So I do feel like this is something in the workplace that's turning around and saying, oh yeah, well, I'm going to be nice to you, but realistically they're like spreading lies a little bit. And this is a little bit like that they are jealous that they're not getting the overtime, they're not getting the money, that they're being a little bit spiteful towards you. So watch that. Like, if somebody starts being a bit funny with you, understand that that's just literally because they're a bit, you know, jealous. Yeah, I'm doing overtime at the moment. It seems me managing the project. I do feel like there's more money coming in from it though. This person that's being a bit spiteful though, they've had some financial losses themselves and they're trying to work the way out of it, but they're not doing it in a very productive way. They're causing arguments and disagreements. I almost feel like this person who is kind of jealous, it's almost like the financial issues are their own making because they've caused arguments, they've caused disagreements. So there is a little bit of that back and forth. So I hope that helps you out though, Charlie Bear. But if you want me to clarify anything, please do let me know. But I'm going to move on in a second to the actual all sign readings. So I did actually also, like with the finally reveal his love for you message as well. I'm going to do that right at the end. So whenever you see like a special comment on the title, that's a special reading that I'm going to do right at the end after the all signs. I haven't made a card for it yet though. I've got to make a card for it. So we are going to start out with the earth signs, Taurus, Virgo and Capricorn. I want to say this like almost straight away. I know it's green on the sign because it's green, but I'm getting heavily drawn to, you've made somebody green with envy, earth signs. Like, you have made somebody very, very, very envious. You've made a judgment call and it's caused this person to have to take evasive action. You've really been putting the cat among the pigeons though. You've been really causing some issues here. Yeah. I always want to say, so we have in the Black Country a saying called, "You'll call a spade a spade." And I do feel like particularly you're calling this person out on their crap, basically. When you call a spade, it means you are basically being straight with somebody. You're not mincing your words, you're being really straight to the point. And because of that, it's caused stagnation for this person. I do feel like they were kind of causing some issues, causing some problems around you and others. And this is almost like a comeuppance to them. It's almost like karma. Like, there's a saying about sometimes like karma comes to you and sometimes somebody dishes it out. And I don't feel like you're trying to be mean, but you're not taking them seriously anymore. You're not taking their crap anymore. You are disconnecting from them quite a bit and choosing to kind of carry on with your hard work. I really don't feel like they're enjoying that though. There's almost like this, it's almost like the emperor has no clothes kind of situation, that they were trying to kind of one-up you and one-up other people around them, and it really did not end well for them because they just kind of ended up being shown up, basically. I just want to get this other deck for you. So we have got the Dear Spirit, Gentle Touch. Otter Spirit, You're Never Alone. And we have got the Mouse Spirit, Tend to Smaller Things. I actually want to get the other one that's right on the top, which is Koi Spirit, There Is Always Enough. So with your finances, understand that you are being protected at this time, that you might not be like crazy rich, but there is always enough. There is always enough around you. There's like this protective bubble around you at the moment, just giving you enough to get by. To scoot down the road, scoot down the road, scoot down the road until you get that like payoff, that proper win. As for the gentle touch, though, I do feel like this person that you're dealing with, this person that is coming towards you, that you've kind of called out on them. I know I don't want to dwell on them too much, but they are kind of really heavily influences this reading. I feel like other people around you, they'll be trying to gossip to, trying to take the mic, trying to like say, oh, you know, this is what I need to do, like I need to tell everybody that how mean they've been and how terrible they've been, so everybody will turn against them. And I don't feel like that's working for them. I feel like that's actually going to cause them more hassle and more problems. It's almost like they're trying to gossip behind your back. And really, because you've got such a gentle spirit, they'll go, that doesn't sound like them. Their like knee-jerk reaction will be like, that doesn't sound like them. Like, that doesn't sound like you, Earth sign. That doesn't sound like you. And I do feel like here they're coming to this kind of point of going, you know what? I need to disconnect from this person. I need to walk away from this person. Because they are kind of just spreading a bunch of rumours. Because the fact that they know you're a gentle spirit, they're kind of questioning what they say. What the other person says, the jealous person says. And know that you're never alone in this. You might feel a little bit lonely because of this kind of actions of this jealous person. But you're not alone, and I don't mean that just by like spirit is always around you. I mean that there is other people around you in the workplace that sees your kind and caring spirit, and they want to kind of take care of you and make sure you're okay. So try to focus on the little things you need to get done, all the little tasks. Don't kind of get wrapped up too much in this today, because the person's just bitter and angry. And you're not really going to make them see reason. Because I feel like that you really want to make them see reason. To want to make them to help them understand. But there's not really much you can do about that, unfortunately. Is there anything else you need to know then? We've got the Hermit card. You may need to spend a little bit of time in Hermit mode. And we got Contemplation. But understand, this isn't being alone. This isn't because you want to be alone. This is giving you a chance to contemplate. And I feel like more than anything, it's giving you a chance to kind of connect more to your guides, your third eye, and more your spiritual side. I don't even feel like this is necessarily about, like, yes, everything we do does impact our material world. So obviously if we grow spiritually, then that affects our material world, etc. But it's not about that. It's about, how do I continue on from here? How do I continue onwards, basically? With the Ace of Fire, though, I do feel like this is so you can ignite a passion inside yourself of where you want to go next and what you want to do next. So don't shy away from that today. Don't shy away from needing a little time to yourself. Because sometimes when we're alone with our thoughts, we get our best ideas, and we get our best ideas of how to move forward and how to progress forward. And I do feel like that's really going to help you a lot. We got the Two of Fire here that's just popped up, and I want to just bring to it because it was at the bottom of the deck and I saw it. I got drawn to it. With the Two of Fire here, though, you are starting, Two of Fire will. You're starting to kind of really take back control of your own will, your own power, your own guidance. And I do feel like this is kind of helping you to be a little bit more sassy in the upcoming months. Like sassy, spring is going to be more sassy season for you, where you're being more sassy, you'll be more in touch with your power, in touch with your own strength. And that's really going to help you to pull through the other side. And I do feel like that's the reason why you're having to have a little bit of this kind of quiet time. We're going to have a look, though, at your love and, like, interpersonal relationships as well, if I can even say that. But we're going to move these out of the way a second, just give it a little bit of room. Do you need about love and interpersonal relationships and such? I think these cards freak out my camera. It tries to focus on the faces. Third party situation involving a third party or external influence. So I don't want those of you that are in a committed relationship to freak out. This just is that other people are impacting your relationships. So there is other people around you that is impacting your relationships. And particularly here, this feels like, as in like family members as well. Like some of you, yes, it is literally a third party, like there's a third wheel. Like there's a person on the side, but I feel like that's more for people that are not in a commitment. Most of you, it feels like, though, it really feels like this is more to do with, like, you know, when somebody gets like an annoying mother-in-law or something like that that's poking the nose in, that kind of thing. Like they're just poking the nose in, poking the nose in, poking the nose in. Because I feel like you and your partner are actually really quite happy together. Like you and your love connection is happy together and quite in tune. But this person is coming in because almost like they're trying to live vicariously through you. I was asking why on earth do they want to do this? Why on earth do they want to do this? I know I've got the Cheaters card, but I don't feel like it is to do with that. It feels like more likely it's more like this person is feeling a little bit cheated. And that's a clarification. Manifesting your dreams. They feel a bit cheated because they could not manifest their dreams. They feel a little bit like, I couldn't manifest my dreams, so I'm worried about who else is, you know, who else is about, that kind of thing. Like they're kind of worried because they don't feel like that they've been able to manifest their dreams, so they have to kind of impact your life instead. I do feel like they will eventually settle down, but you're going to have at least a few weeks of them butting their nose in a lot. Just be careful it doesn't cause arguments between you and your person, because I feel like that's the issue here. I was getting this feeling of nervousness, like I'm nervous to kind of speak up about what I want and where I want to go from here. My life is not together as it seems. We need to let go of each other. We need to let each other go. And I buried myself in work. Again, I don't feel like the instinct I'm getting, the intuition I'm getting through is this isn't about you and your partner. This is about this third party, this family member. For many of you, a family member or a friend. Some of you, if you are single, like, and you're just dating, then it is an ex or it is a romantic fling. But I feel like this is, for many of you, it's a family member. Their life isn't as together as it seems, this family member. And they need to let go of you. They really need to let go of both of you. But they kind of buried themselves in work a lot in the past, and they missed out on their dreams, their goals, particularly in their romantic suits. So now they're trying to kind of live through that. They're trying to pull through that. 4 of air, contemplation. And 2 of fire, will. 6 of air, clarity. So I do feel like once you take a step back from this and go, actually, you know what? This is person just being a problem. This person's just being a bit of a troll, that kind of thing. Then you'll kind of like regain your passion, you'll regain your strength and be able to move forward with the clarity that you need to see that it's just them behaving badly, basically. But I don't feel like there's any issues between you and your partner, other than the fact that this person may cause arguments between the two of you. Like, if you were left to your own devices, I don't feel like you'd have any problems. It's just this person coming in, causing distractions, causing issues. But we're going to have a look at the Book of Love as well. So, what do you need to know about your romantic partner? I wish you could understand what I am truly thinking. So your romantic partner really wishes that you could realize what they're truly thinking, because I do feel like there is issues with them expressing how they feel, particularly because of this other person coming in and poking their nose in. But unfortunately, like, they are finding it quite difficult. So I do feel like they've got a lot of love for you and a lot of care for you, but it's not really the easiest way for them to kind of describe it right now. Like, they're not able to properly describe this and properly explain how they feel. So it's causing some issues. So we're going to go on now to the next star sign. But I hope that's helped you out, Earth signs. And please let me know down below in the comments if you're not watching live. Or please give me a like in general if you're enjoying it. So we're going to move on now to the air signs. So that's Gemini, Libra and Aquarius. So we're going to have a look and see what is coming toward you. So, air signs, what do you need to know for the 8th of February the 8th? So, I got the song in my head. I'm not going to sing it because of like YouTube and being funky with like copyright and stuff. I almost feel like there is an element here of like the song "You Spin Me Right Round, Baby, Right Round," like a record player, down, down, down. So I do feel like in general you are spinning around a lot, and you have been for a little bit now. Spinning around and round and round because you've got a lot on your table here with the 2 of Pentacles. You had to juggle a lot of things and it's caused you not to be able to take the action forward that you wanted. I feel like for many of you as well, like you're getting to the stage where you can start to shake it off, and with the 10 of Swords here, it's helping you to kind of unclog from this. I do feel like this is, although it's not completely in the past, this is almost like the 8th is a bit of a turning point of when you move towards a new beginning, when you move towards a new start, when you to bring yourself forward. And I do feel like this is going to be really fabulous for you as you go forward, because it's really getting you to the point of going, you know what, I can start partying again, I can start enjoying myself again. And I do feel like more towards the end of the month, I know this is a daily reading, but more toward the end of the month, you'll actually start to be able to party a little bit, enjoy yourself, have some fun. With the King of Cups here though, you are stuck a little bit in your emotions. You are stuck a little bit like in the point of like, it's affecting you quite a bit emotionally. And because of that, you're starting to be able to enjoy yourself again. You're starting to be able to like emotionally connect with people again as well, I want to say. Actually, I want to get just one more line actually, because I do feel like there's something else. I do want that one as well though. We've got the 8 of Wands here. Speedy news of a situation coming. So there is going to be speedy positive news coming in, but you're not in the quite right environment to hear it yet. I feel like there's other people around you that's causing drama, causing problems, and it's almost like as soon as you got this joyfulness and as soon as you got this enjoyment, then you know you would have some issues coming in or problems coming in because of it. I would say though, with the Knight of Cups here, you are rejecting a lot of the offers, you're rejecting a lot of them coming in. And with the Knight of Swords here, I do feel like this is rejecting people that are quite arrogant. So as you're kind of getting rid of like these stresses on your plate, this extra kind of junk on your plate, you get to the point where you're going, oh yeah, I can start enjoying myself again, I've start having some free time. And the big issue here is that as you're getting more and more free time, other people are coming in and trying to put plates on you. And I do feel like this is where the offer rejection is coming in. You're trying to kind of put those healthy boundaries up and say that, you know what, I'm not going to do that for you, you can do it yourself. And I do feel like that's what you're having to say here is, I'm not going to take it, I'm just not going to do it, you know. We've got the small medicine wheel in it. With a small small medicine wheel. I do feel like it is medicine for your soul, having you to speak up, having you to say no thanks but thank you. And this is helping you to accumulate. So with the 9 of Earth, accumulation, this is helping you to accumulate, because it's all well and good getting to a certain point where you go, okay, I've got enough money coming in, I've got enough finance coming in. But then if you suddenly start giving stuff away, or you suddenly start give your time away, then you stop accumulating what you need, accumulating the resources, your time, your energy, etc. And you go back to square one again. And so what you're learning through this is how to accumulate time for yourself. I do want to say wealth as well, but I don't feel like wealth is a major issue here. It's like, I mean, everybody could do with a little bit more money, you know. But with the 9 of Earth here, we have accumulating like energy for yourself. So time for yourself, time to do what you want, time to do what you need to do. And I do feel like, bottom of the deck here, we've got, I got drawn to that one, 7 of Earth, depletion. So I do feel like here as well that this is kind of like you got to a certain point of that you were depleted, and that's when you had all these heavy loads, and now you're in the accumulation phase instead, and that's why this arrogant person is coming in. So I'm going to move those out of the way a second. I want to get the ones under here. We have got you are healing. We've got the poppies here as well. Poppies as well are a remembrance. So you have been through a battle. You have been through some trauma here. And you almost feel like going back and forth, counting everything, making sure you've got everything done. Healing happens in seasons. It can't be rushed or forced. To fit in a schedule, so often we curse the seeds that haven't taken a root. Failing to realise that it is not their time. They need more water, sunlight and care. Bullying ourselves blocks regeneration. Also, sometimes the healing we've focused on isn't the healing that's taking place. That's much more deeper than what's going on. Be patient, dear one. You are healing. So, the camera. So you are healing. You are healing. You are taking on new depths. You are taking on new beginnings here. And this is just all part of the accumulation phase. So I'm going to have a look a little bit more deeper into your like love life as well though. I do want to switch decks though. So, what do you need to know about your love life though, air signs? So we got judgment. So, many of you air signs have put your foot down with the person that you're romantic and involved in. I feel like many of you, this is literally for the people that are either single or in a situationship or in a very, very rocky relationship. You made this judgment call. Okay, if you're not gonna give me attention, I feel like as well some of you are single and it's like situationship as in like you're interested in each other but you don't really know what it is. You're like, okay, I'm making this judgment call. If you're not going to treat me of value, you're not going to respect my value, what I bring to the table, then this isn't going to work. And because the person you've been dealing with hasn't been putting the hard work in, you've chosen to make that judgment call and kind of walk away a bit. I don't feel like you haven't completely blocked them out of your life, but you have got to the point here where you're like, I'm just going to walk away a little bit from this. With the Book of Wands, the Four of Wands here, you are on the right path. I feel like you had to do this, you had to say this to have a wake-up call. To give them a wake-up call as well. But wake up call for you in your own self-worth, what you're worthy of, what you should accept. But we're going to have a look into these messages, because I feel like they wanted to seep in. I almost felt like on the last reading they wanted to seep in, and this was the person you were dealing with who really kind of wanted to be around you, needed to be around you, and just they felt like they couldn't. You were the best thing in my life. I am grateful for the spiritual lesson. I left when I saw you with someone. So, for some of you, like, you've literally left and they've seen that you're dating again, or they've seen you chatting to somebody, or they've seen you on Facebook and you or on whatever, they've seen you there and they're like, oh God, I kind of miss that. And I do feel like they're grateful for you being in their life and being part of their life. But you were really the best thing in their life, and they really couldn't see that at the time. It's like looking at something through isolation. They couldn't realize that. They couldn't really see what they really had. They couldn't really perceive it. And there is this element here of that they could never really kind of progress forward with themselves or with this relationship until you kind of gave them that wake-up call. I just want to get the heart ones as well, though. Wait, don't rush in to it. Allow nature to take its course. A message for you. I'm thinking of you this very moment. Your love fills me with light. I love you. So they are thinking of you, they are focused on you, but I feel like you do need to wait for them to come crawling back, kind of thing, to mature up a little bit. Like, yes, by all means, stay in contact with them, but don't kind of allow the bad behaviour. Do not kind of like go, okay, well, I'm just going to accept their apology and it'll be done. Really make sure that they truly start changing. So when they do apologize, kind of sit down and say, okay, well, I get that you've apologized, but where do we go from here, or what do we do from here, kind of thing. It's like a focus on what are we going to do next, where are we going to go from here kind of mentality. So I do feel like it's going to take a little bit of time to heal from this, though, and to move forward from this. And it's going to take a few weeks at least, for them to kind of own up to the bad behaviour kind of thing. We've got the Panther Spirit, reclaim your power. She's definitely reclaiming your power right now. It's helping you to get that, feel more powerful in yourself in general. The Koi Fish, there is always enough. And Ants, time to collaborate. So it's definitely time for the collaboration time, it's definitely time for them to start giving to this relationship as well. It almost feels like you were one-sidedly dragging the relationship forward. I know that sounds a little bit mean, but like pushing the relationship forward. You were doing all the work and they really weren't. And it's time for you both to collaborate now. There is always enough time. There is always enough of a connection to push this forward. It's just they've got to choose to kind of start collaborating, start moving forward. So allow yourself this time to kind of really kind of reclaim your power and really enjoy yourself in this moment, and allow them time to kind of come to the realization of how they need to change and what they need to do to come back to you and come forward with this. We're going to go into the Book of Love as well. So we're going to see how they're feeling about you though. You're like a gift from the gods. So I feel like secretly deep down, you're like a gift from the gods to them. So we're going to go on to the next one now, which is the water signs. So that's Cancer, Scorpio and Pisces. I'm going to switch over decks as well though. So water signs, what do you need to know today? So we have got the Knight of Wands. You're getting some positive communication coming through. I know you're jumping the gun there with positive, but first thing off the top of my head, positive communication. This is almost like a planned communication though. I do feel like there is this element of here, you're trying to work things out, you're trying to come forward, and every time you try to come forward in one direction, just blow up in your face. And you're like, I don't want to keep on doing it. I keep on bringing, you kept on taking on these loads, you kept on having these heavy loads placed up on you. And I feel like more than anything with the Five of Wands here, you just got to a point where you're like, I don't want to argue anymore. Like, what'll be, will be. And I do feel like you kind of settled to a point of going, you know what, what'll be, will be. Like, I'm not going to kind of like just continue on like this. I'm going to say what will be, and I'm going to go off in my own direction. I'm going to go off in my own self. I do feel it's left you a little bit unbalanced. And with the Hangman here, you haven't kind of done the self-improvements on yourself as you should have done. And by that I mean that we all need time to spend on ourselves. So we might go, you know what, I want to go to the gym, I want to start reading a book, or whatever it is you want to do. Because of all this going on, you just haven't had the time, you haven't had the energy. It's just been draining of you like crazy. With the Justice card, it has been really, you have been dealing with a lot of unfairness here. And I do feel like it's from somebody older than you and quite stuck in their ways, that they haven't been valuing you. Some of you, this is literally in the workplace. Others of you, it's a parental figure. But this person hasn't valued you, and it's time you're having to kind of, you know, choose to walk away from this, because I feel like as you've been trying to make this work. You've been coming back to this, and then you've been losing more swords. You've been coming back to it, and you're losing more of your stuff, losing more of your energy. And it's because of the fact that they don't really see what you bring to the table that's worthwhile, which is a problem with them, not with you. So you're having to kind of pull out of this really and go towards a whole new beginning. I just want to get some of these cards though. I do feel like you're giving them a bit of cold shoulder as well. So we have got Love, which is the Wild Rose Fairy. We got Water Spirits, Manifesting Dreams. And we have got Thicket of Thorns, Uncertainty. So you do have a lot of uncertainty here. And I feel like at the Thicket of Thorns, you're having to deal with your uncertainty. But you, as long as you head towards what you love, what you do care about, the dreams that you want to manifest, you will be well. But it's like you know what you enjoy, you know what you kind of want to happen, what you want to have. And I'm not talking about this other person, I'm talking about with your career, how you want your life to look, etc. You already know what you want out of life, but how you get there is uncertain. Like, how you get there, you feel like it's uncertain. You feel like you're unsure of it. You don't have to know all the plans. You don't have to know all of the plans. You can allow it to develop. You can allow things to develop over time. You can allow it to come in over time. It won't necessarily happen overnight. Standing Stone Passage. So one thing I want to say about this, with the Standing Stones, I don't know if many of you have seen like what was it called now? It's basically about this woman who travels back in time to like really old time in Scotland, and like she's nicknamed Sassenach and stuff, and she travels through the stones anyway. She travels to a completely different world, and I feel like that's what you're having to do here. You're having to transform yourself into a whole new world, a whole new being, and that's really going to help you to go forward here. But I don't feel like you're there yet. That's the only issue. I don't feel like you're quite there yet. So bear that in mind. I feel like it's something that will develop over time and will come towards you over time. But I don't feel like you're there quite yet. So, hello Otal. Thank you for stopping by as well. So, I feel like there is something else missing, and I just want to grab another deck. I feel like there's something else missing from it. I'll get some of these cards as well, because I feel like there's a little bit of a lesson here to learn. Think about your courage. What is the most courageous thing you've ever done? Think about that. Our journal is about it. Journal about it. Remember what we've overcome is the greatest way to feel empowered to overcome new obstacles. So think about what the most courageous thing you've ever done, the thing that scared you the most, and kind of write about that, because in writing about the most courageous, the most brave thing you've ever done, it'll help you to realize, you know what, because I did that, I can do something better, I can carry on forward, I can carry on progressing. So you need to kind of allow yourself to express yourself in that manner and really kind of see how you go forward. But we're going to have a look now into your love reading as well. We're going to have a look in your love reading as well. Sorry, I didn't know where that other deck had gone. So, what do you need to know about your love life though? So we have got the reverse of the World card here. I do feel like with the reverse of the World card, there is a bit of stagnation in the love department. But you're enjoying yourself, you're happy. I don't feel like you're kind of like upset about it. You're kind of happy. Yes, it is a little bit of like this kind of stagnation, but you're enjoying it. With the Five of Pentacles here though, I do feel like that this is like you kind of overcoming that need to be loved. Like I love having love, but I don't need it to survive, and I feel like that's what you get into. You're starting to enjoy yourself without it. I do feel like there is a sudden change coming in. This is particularly for all the singles out there. There is this sudden change of going that you're going to have like almost like love flung onto your laps. And with the Moon card here, I do feel like this is allowing you to kind of really kind of see things from a better perspective, a more balanced perspective. And with the Chariot card, this is giving you some amazing movement forward, some amazing progression. With the Two of Swords here though, I do feel like you're going to have to take the blindfold off and realise, you know what? I need to see things a little bit more clearly. I need to kind of focus on how to make things a little bit more clear for myself. And with the reverse Knight of Wands here, the Knight of Wands here, it's your humbleness in relationships that kind of kept you back from having good ones before. It's a little bit like because you were being too humble before, because you were kind of under-expecting and over-delivering. Like you were under-expecting from other people and over-delivering yourself. So like you would do everything for somebody, but they wouldn't do anything back for you, even basic stuff. And that's what you're having to overcome here. You're really having to push forward to that and overcome it, because it really isn't a healthy way to be. So the fact that you've got this strength back of going, you know what, I'd like love, but I don't need it, it's really helping you. With the Parrot Spirit here though, watch your words, because your words of affirmation, your words of power, your words become reality. And with the Hummingbird Spirit here, you need to be here and now. You need to be in the here and now. You need to allow yourself to enjoy the passion and enjoy yourself, because you're kind of shutting it off. You're kind of telling yourself, oh, you know, can't do anything. With the Peacock spirit, you need to let that heart shine. You need to let yourself shine, because that's really going to help you to kind of attract the right kind of people in your life. And not just in love, but the right kind of people, like friendships and such. With the Dragonfly spirit here, though, the truth transcends illusion. And you're starting to see that, you know what, I can start to see the truth as it ascends, you know, it transcends illusion. So when people have been a bit tricky before, showing you one side or showing you a personality that isn't really them, you're learning to cut that away. You're learning to walk away from that. You're learning to kind of go in a new direction. And that's really going to help you to kind of see things with a much more prosperous setting later on. So I hope that helps you out. We're going to go on next to the next... Oh, well, actually, we haven't done your Book of Love. I almost completely forgot it. So, what you need to know from the Book of Love, because I almost feel like it's not even important for you right now, but, you know, you do have somebody out there who will be caring about you and will be thinking about you, even if it's just on the kind of like the soulmate level where they don't know you yet, but they, you know, they've got that love for you. So how's your person of interest feeling about you though? I wish you would come back to me. I just want to be close to you. So this person really wants to be close to you. And I feel like this is almost an element of a here, of a, oh, you know what, I messed up. I really wish we could get back together and I kind of miss you a lot. But they kind of known that they messed up quite a while ago. And they don't really know how to go from here more than anything else. So we're going to go on now to the next one, which is the fire signs. And so that's Aries, Leo and Sagittarius. So we're going to have a look and see what's coming up for you. If you haven't already, please make sure to give it a like as well. So, fire signs. What do you need to know today, fire signs? So, I do feel like you've had a rough time of it and you're still having a rough time of it. There is an element here of like you're expecting the worst. You're kind of a little bit underestimating yourself. I feel like this is more financial than anything, like you're underestimating yourself. You have some peace of mind coming in, and I feel like this is somebody coming in with an offer. I do feel like this is more of a partnership though. I don't feel like it's literally an offer. I feel like this is more of a partnership. It's almost like I'll help you out, you help me out, etc. Like back and forth. And with the reverse of the Three of Cups here, it's almost a little bit element here of devalued. Like feeling a bit devalued here. And they have, how do I put this? They have felt devalued in the workplace themselves. And they're coming towards you to help you feel valued, but also get value for themselves. So this is almost like working collaboration. So you both get a boost in income. You both have prosperity. I do feel like this person is a little bit more knowledgeable than you about the situation. So they are kind of taking under wing a little bit, but don't see it as that. They are trying to help themselves as well. It isn't just fun and games. They're not just helping you for the sake of helping you. But I do feel like you're actually going to have a really good connection here. It's almost like feeling like part of the family in the end. Like, sometimes when you're working with somebody or doing a collaboration with somebody, you end up feeling like your family, and then you're like, you know what, I really enjoy this person, I really like this person, I really care about this person. And that makes you kind of go forward and be able to progress forward together as friends and as like a really good companionship. And I do feel like more than anything here, this is like a positive companionship. Can't not trip over words. This is like a positive companionship coming in to kind of help lighten the load for both of you. So both of you progress forward, both of you get some good progression. And with the Death card here, this is definitely a whole new beginning for you. With the Hierophant card here, I do feel like you can actually have some serious momentum forward though. And I feel like this is the upcoming weeks and months, etc. So although I do feel like the collaboration is coming in around the 8th, this is almost like weeks, months, years to come that the collaboration will continue on. You will have a lot of brilliant ideas to bring to the table for them of how we should progress things or how things should be progressed. And with the 8 of Pentacles here, this is really helping both of you to understand your flaws, because I feel like it hasn't really been working for either of you right now, financially or career-wise. And you're helping each other to kind of really see the flaws in each other's armour. So you might know something about their content, or I was going to say content, but something about what they do, whether it's content or whether it's the work that they do. And they'll notice something about yours that you need to improve of, and you'll kind of just bounce ideas off each other. But I feel like they'll be quite impressed by what you can bring to the table. This is definitely somebody more experienced than you though. We got the Div Spirit, be at peace. It is going to bring a lot of peace in life, so it's almost like I don't have to stress so much about career and finance anymore. I don't have to stress as much. We got the Dolphin Spirit here. This and that are true. So understand that sometimes in life we can think that things are very black and white, and sometimes they're just not. Sometimes they're shades of grey. So it's like, yeah, well, this is true, but also, like, for example, like, oh, you're not going to carry on working at that place, but you're also going to work for them. You know, and it's like, how can that both be true? And it might be the fact that you end up, like, not working there, but you work there part-time or something, or you do a little bit of on-off work, and you work full-time somewhere else, but you do a couple of hours somewhere else, you know? So sometimes two different things, something can be true and false at the same time. And it's understanding that there is sometimes greyness here and the lack of momentum, or momentum in a weird way, which, you know, you need to understand how that comes to the table, you know. With the Dog Spirit here, be loyal to what you love. And I feel like that's going to be the key as you progress forward with this collaboration. As you progress forward, be loyal to what you love. Because that's really going to start, you know, it's like the concept of your vibe attracts your tribe. And if you're putting the wrong vibe out there, you're putting things out there you don't really enjoy or you don't really love, then you're not really going to attract people that love the same things as you or enjoy the same things as you and appreciate you. And that's what you're really having to do here, is be loyal to what you enjoy and what you love doing. So take a step back and go, what is the one thing I could do right now that is going to be amazing for me and I would just love doing and I would just enjoy doing? What's one thing I enjoy doing? And I do feel like that's the major thing here, is you're trying to start to get used to chasing after what you enjoy rather than what you perceive other people to enjoy. I had to correct myself there, because other people will enjoy it as well if you enjoy it, but you're kind of holding yourself back from it a little bit. So I'm just going to grab a couple of these cards there. We have got Bluebird Spirit, happiness. Definitely bringing a lot of happiness, definitely around the spring. I don't know when this is. I'm trying to think when this is. So somebody might be able to correct me in the comments, but look at when the season is for the cherry blossoms. You know, like Japan has like a cherry blossom season. Look when around about that is. And I feel like that's when the happiness, the content and the relief and going, you know what, everything's going great is going to come around. Look for when the cherry blossom is. But I don't know when that is. I just got look for when the cherry blossom is. So that's just what I got. Like, look for the cherry blossom. I do feel like you may be coming from like a Capricorn though. as well. I'm just getting Capricorn as well, that you may have a Capricorn coming in giving you a lot of happiness, a lot of hope. And that is because you are a unicorn, you are special to them. We got the Spirit Guardian of Spring. We've got the Spirit Guardian of Spring activation. So you are going through a bit of a psychic spiritual activation right now that is helping you onwards. And I don't usually get this, but helping you onwards by either literally the Fae or other spirits. But some of you literally that work with the Fae, it's literally the Fae coming in and helping you. And I don't feel like you can fully see them clearly, but they are trying their best to be seen. We got the reflecting pool here, stillness. So you're having to be still, you're having to learn to be still, you're having to learn to take a break in order to hear these downloads, in order for the activation to fully take place. But because you haven't been still, you haven't been able to listen, you haven't been able to hear. And it's only in the stillness can they truly, really kind of take hold and be able to fully kind of give you the messages you need to hear. So take some break, take some stillness, because that's how you're going to get your best ideas and your best pathway forward. You know when some people say, I get the best ideas in the shower, or I get the best ideas when I'm running? It's because to them, that is going into the quiet, going into the stillness. A lot of time in mediumship, they talk about it as going into the quiet, going into the stillness. And I do feel like that's what's kind of going on, is you're kind of taking the slow steps to go be still and allow yourself to connect better and allow yourself to be part of the connection. You are looking yourself a little bit as an ugly duckling at this time, though, when it comes to your spiritual side or comes to your prosperity. But what you don't see in this reflection is you are actually a beautiful swan. So I've talked about this quite recently with somebody else about how that sometimes people think that they're an ugly duckling, but realistically they're a beautiful swan. Sometimes we compare ourselves by others and we don't realise that when we do that, we kind of miss what is special about us. So we're going to go on now to your love reading as well, your love portion, or what you need to know about your love life, what you need to know about relationships, etc. So what do you need to know about your love life, though, fire signs? So for many of you that are, I just want to say this, many of you that are single, this is you actually starting to have conversations, communications with somebody. I do feel like this isn't like literally a romantic relationship, but this is positive communication, talking back and forth in a positive manner. And with the Six of Swords here, this is helping you to kind of get out of the rut. This is helping you to kind of feel a little bit flirtatious again, have a little bit of fun again, have a little bit of enjoyment again. And I do feel like this is you starting to enjoy yourself and starting to enjoy where you're going from here. And I feel like with the Nine of Pentacles here, this is because you felt quite undervalued in your last connection or last relationship. And you felt like you really need to just focus on you. But this person is coming in to try and give you a little bit of lightness, a little bit of happiness, a little bit of fun. And I don't feel like it's going to come in literally as a romance at first. Like, yes, there'll be a bit of flirtation, but it'll come in more at first as a friendship of going, hey, how are you doing? I want to spend some time with you. Let's have some fun. And that'll just kind of lighten their spirit, but lighten yours as well. Because I feel like both of you kind of needed that. For top of deck here, we've got the Emperor. I do feel like either they're an Aries or they're an entrepreneur. I'm getting more heavily drawn towards entrepreneur though. So either run their own business or a manager of some type. But yeah, they do definitely are used to being in control. But they're not controlling. They like the idea of stepping back and letting other people take action. They have got a huge connection to the emotions. Either water signs heavily in their chart, or just very connected to their spiritual side in general. They are a bit deceptive with that though. There's some people that are mediums, or some people that are psychics that don't admit that they're psychics, or they kind of hide it. Like, you're going around the shop, they don't look like a stereotypical witch, like, you know, they're not like covered in like all like the glam and all the kind of stereotypical stuff that you see on social media. They just look like a normal person, and then, you know, there happens to be something about them, and they just keep it a little bit closed doors, like closeted. But I don't feel like they're ashamed of it. It's just more like, it's my business, it ain't yours. Like, it's my business, it isn't anybody else's. So I do feel like here, like, they're coming in and they're a little bit like, you don't realise how spiritual they are at first. I left you before you could leave me. I hope you can forgive me one day. I wonder if you are happy without me. So, for many of you, this is literally somebody you either had communication with, just as a friend, or it is like an ex coming back. It's either somebody you had communication with before, and it never really kicked off from there. Like, it just was like a little bit of a, oh, hi, how are you doing kind of thing. A little bit of communication. And they kind of hope that you'll forgive them for overlooking you, for ignoring you, for not noticing you. Like, they need to kind of realise that there's more to you than meets the eye, and I feel like that's what they're doing right now. They're realising it. They're realising that, like, there is more than meets the eye than anything else, but they're not really kind of in that mindset yet. I do feel like, though, this is really good, though. This is a really good, long-lasting connection that will kind of help to build both of you up. But it is going to just be fun at first, and this is more to help both of you just relax and have some fun. We got the grandfather spirit. So this is a person that's quite mature. Some of you literally a little bit older than you, but very mature, very able to keep control of their emotions. They don't let things bother them too much. Father of the earth, very balanced. 9 of air, hurt. So although they are very balanced, some of you, they might literally be a father, like they have kids already. If it's not literally a father, they take care of other people. You know, they're very caring, very loyal. But they have a lot of hurt. They have a lot of pain here. They have a lot of pain that is around them in their emotions. And they've had to learn how to not kind of take it on other people kind of thing. So don't kind of see it as like they've never had anything bad to deal with. That life's perfect. Because it really isn't. They do have a lot of issues here, but they have chosen to rise above those issues, and they've chosen to enjoy being themselves and being around other people. So we're going to have a look at your book of love now. And at the end, we're going to do the question. So what do you need to know from the book of love? I am struggling to show you my emotions, but I have so many deep ones for you. So they're struggling to show you their emotions, but they have so many deep ones for you. They don't quite know how to push it forward from there. So I'm going to move into the next question though. So the question that was kind of coming to the forefront was finally he revealed his love for you. So who is it that's actually going to reveal their love to you? So if you felt drawn to the question, who's it that's going to feel like they have to kind of, and this is for all signs by the way, who is it going to be that is going to reveal their love to you? You've had arguments and disagreements in the past, but you've come out of it quite level-headed. And you have left them behind. Like, you've come out it with, like, quite understanding. You've left them behind in the past because you tried and tried and tried to work things out, and it just kept on getting hurt. I feel like for many of you, you tried to be friends, but it just kept on hurting one another. And you've come to the realisation that, you know, maybe things could have worked out a little bit better, but there was a lot of issues going forward between the two of you, and it was quite difficult for either one of you to really see where things go forward and how things progress. So it is going to take a little bit of time to kind of cut out of that and go forward from there. With the reverse of the High Priestess here though, I do feel like there is a lot of lack of balance in their life, and there is a little bit of a worry here of they may take this time to kind of not properly reflect and just want to rush back to you. They are going to try and impress you with either monetary things or buying you things, doing things for you, materialistic things. And this is because they're hoping to kind of kickstart a relationship, kickstart a connection. I do feel like you can move things forward with them, but be careful about this because they may be coming back a little bit immature. So you need to be straight with them and say, look, I really appreciate what you're trying to do to win me back over, but we need to make sure that this relationship is built on a solid foundation, built on a really good foundation for the both of us. So I hope that's helped all of you out. I'm going to do some quick questions. I'm going to see if anybody's there. Does anybody want any quick questions? So anybody want a card of the day? I think that's everybody though. Okay, I think that's everybody. So we are going to head off now, and I will see you all again soon, and please do take care.